Good morning, LEC community. I'm Ivan Ramirez. Once again, bringing you another nominee for Latinx Educator of the Year. Today we are spotlighting Monica Munoz. Monica, how are you?
I'm wonderful. So glad to be here. Thank you.
No, it's good to be here. Can you tell? Yeah, I see some music. You already told me that's music instruments behind you. We want to learn more about you, what you teach, your journey, your story. So can you tell our community more about who you are?
Absolutamente. So I'm a first generation Mexican American. Mi papá es de Guadalajara, Mexico. We did grow up in a single parent home. My parents did separate, and that shaped me a lot, I think, into who I am. I was a really bright young woman with a bleak outlook on my future, and that changed through a Latinx teacher of mine. And I found a voice through music, and just what a blessing that was for me. So now I teach strings. I'm a string educator. I teach middle school orchestra in suburban Henderson in Nevada. So it's on the outside of Las Vegas. I also teach at summer camps. I'm a guest conductor. I'm a chair for some honor groups in regionally, but also for the state. So that's been really wonderful to just create more opportunities for students than I had growing up. And then I'm also part of a diverse string teacher fellowship, which is just, I can't say enough wonderful things about that. So I have a really nice Latin community um, of string teachers. And then I'm also part of this Connected Arts Network that I just started for arts in America, all over the country. So yeah, I get to come to work every day, and I get to teach kids how to play music, and it's
Yeah.
such a joy. I'm very blessed.
So you have a cohort of just like Latinx music teachers? Is that what you?
Yeah, it's actually not just Latinx, it's
Uh,
BIPOC. So we have
mhm,
Filipinos, Blacks, Asians, um,
mhm,
Afro Latinas. I mean, just a wonderful, wonderful group of people that we can lean on. And the first time we met, we actually all collectively sobbed because we had never been in a room of just us that do what we do. Because in my profession, less than 3% of
mm,
us are BIPOC
yeah,
in
yeah.
what I do. So it's such a very restrictive, different world out there. And so we just kind of all got together and collectively went, safe space. It was wonderful. So yeah,
Mhm.
it's just such a joy to be a part of something so revolutionary within my field. Um,
Right, that is yes. Growing up, I never had a music teacher of color. So I bet you, yeah, you bring a different lens into the classroom with your Latinx background, which speaks why part of it why representation is important. But what is your opinion? I want to hear from you why representation is important in the music classroom or in education in general.
oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sure you know these statistics better than anybody, but people like us, if we see it's proven if we see someone that looks like us by the third grade, we have I think it's like 80% more chance of graduating high school. It's so
Mhm.
powerful just seeing someone else that can do what you do, just being in the room. You don't even have to be a great teacher. It's incredible, the statistics, and so I think that's so important to me too. And these days, because I have put myself in so many rooms where I don't feel welcome, but
Yeah.
I do it anyways. For me, it's like opening the door for the next group of people
Mhm.
to not only take up the space and not be heard, but also be understood.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's important, even if it is a little uncomfortable for me at times.
You're right. Sometimes just our presence is what can inspire the person in the room just by being there. Um, I have a few words of your nominator, and I want to read them to you, and you just get your thoughts and your emotions, your feelings. So, this teacher works very hard. Talking about you, this teacher works very hard in a field that is predominantly white, where she is constantly being oppressed, but she doesn't let that keep her down. She is a community leader across the Valley of Southern Nevada, and even holds a position in a national organization that promotes diversity, equality, and inclusion within the teaching field of orchestra. Monica has been serving this community for almost 15 years. She is selfless and simply just seeks ways to constantly elevate the Black and Brown community. So you are nominated for Educator of the Year. This is what your nominator said. How do you feel?
Um, Overwhelmed a little bit by emotion because I'm here to make a difference, and it feels really good that others notice and really see me. I spent a lot of my youth feeling very invisible, very
Yeah.
quiet. And like I said, you wonder why you put yourself in these situations. Um, and then you remember that it's about, excuse me, what it's all about. It's for the students. And so, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional.
No, you're
Uh,
good.
it feels
No,
very good to hear those words.
no, you do deserve it. And it's, yes, people are noticing your work across 15 years and not only creating the right conditions for creating, you are creating the right conditions for Black and Brown students to succeed. So, yeah, we at the LAC, we love to see that. And that's why you are being spotlighted today. I do have a question. Um, how do you bring culture into the classroom as a Latinx teachers? Have have there been opportunities where you get to bring your lens, your background into the classroom?
Absolutely. So the two roles that I hold, where I get to actually hire conductors from out of the state, and sometimes nationally, to come in and work with. It's called an honor group. So all the best students in town, that they audition and they get into this honor group, and they get to work with whichever conductor I choose to bring in. And I have been using my position to bring in these people of color that are wonderful conductors and maybe not, have had the opportunity before. And
Mhm.
so, just in the last 8 years of that position, I've had students get to work with conductors from universities that are Asian, and that is huge because our population is in the valley is predominantly Asian in terms of string playing. And then, I've gotten to bring in people of all kinds of backgrounds, and they not only do they work in that group setting, but the last conductor that I brought, they said, I want to go work in an inner city school with a group that does not have any kids in the honor group. Like,
Ah,
I want to make sure, and I want to do it for free. And so, just to find that community, which is what you do, you bring us all together, that community that has the same shared vision and gets to come in and work with students, not just the honor students, everybody. And it's just it's what drives me. It's what drives me.
yeah, yeah, no, no, you are right. So we are near the end of this spotlight, but before we go, I like to ask, if you had your students in front of you, what is one thing that you would like them to remember, to take away from Miss Munoz?
Just to keep going, pa adelante, pa adelante, and it's funny that you say that, because I currently teach in a community that is predominantly Caucasian and suburban, which is not something that I've done my whole career. And so I would tell my students, keep going, and I think they see that. I think they see the strength, that is around, because kids are so smart, and they see how their teachers being treated by the people in the building. And I
Mhm.
think they see the resilience, and I hope that they take that with them. That, put yourself in those uncomfortable spaces, because you do belong.
Yeah, no, I
And
do
so,
agree. They can see, sometimes they can see when we are genuine, when we are struggling. So yeah, it's nice to see that also the students see the hard work that the teachers are putting in, teachers like you. Oh, also tell me about your mariachi band.
oh, you know what? I just sing here
uh,
in the valley. I can't take too much credit for that. I have a lot of
uh,
friends that are so talented. But I did used to teach mariachi with a youth group in town. Um, and right now I just primarily sing, but with the roles that I've taken in the orchestra world, I don't have as much time. But yes, of course, it's beautiful, to not only have a student's birthday come up and you play the traditional happy birthday, but you play Esas son las mañanitas, and
yeah.
you just like play right in front of them, and they just feel
Oh,
like you're welcoming them into your culture.
yes,
It's
yes,
beautiful.
yes. Mm. Do you have a favorite song?
Do I have a favorite song? Oh gosh, I could no sooner choose my favorite star in the heavens.
Uh-huh.
No, I can't tell you. So many.
They're also good. Well, earlier you talked about que los estudiantes le echen ganas. So I'm going to turn that around. And what keeps you going as a teacher?
What keeps me going? Oh, the students and their hope. I got this, and I purposely brought this here. This is a message that one of my students wrote me. And
Mhm.
he's Caucasian in our community, but he said, "I'm thankful for you because you are always nice to all of us. And I'm thankful for you being my teacher." And he's a sixth grader, but for him to use the words "all of us" tells me that he sees
He's watching.
what's going on in this
Mhm.
community at times, that it's not equitable, and it's not, you know what I mean? And so just those kind of notes, these notes behind me, I like to think of my office as a fortress of protection. So I have notes from students of all 15 years around me. If I'm ever feeling like I'm not belonging, or I forget my why, I look at these notes, and it's like
Yeah.
my fortress.
Well, thank you. No, it's nice to be with you. And I also see the fortress of protection. So this is it. LEC community, make sure you tune in on our social media because we are spotlighting all the different Latinx educator across the region. With that, any final words, Monica?
Thank you so much for having me. It
Mhm.
was a joy, and I'm so honored for this nomination. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, LEC community, we'll see you later. Bye bye.
It was like us in the woods. We're sitting there like in the